Hey guys, Elite Legionario here, and today I'll be bringing you some more 1 vs 1 Shogun 2 Total War action. This time I'm on the, I believe the map's called Yamasaki Choke Points. I think that's what it was called. Anyway, my opponent, BeHamut-San, he's my opponent obviously, and we'll be duking it out. So anyway, my army consists of 2 units of bow samurai. And the rest of my infantry, I've only got 4 infantry units, so I'm going with a small infantry army as opposed to my opponent who's much bigger, but they are, 3 of them are vets, which 2 being 2 veteran Nodachi samurai, 1 katana samurai which is vet, and just a standard katana samurai. But I do have quite a heavy cavalry force. I have 2 units of bow cavalry over here, which I'm still working on improving my skills with. I'm still a wee bit, sometimes I'm really decisive with them, other times I muck them up. I also got a unit of a veteran unit of Yari cavalry and a unit of katana cavalry, which I unlocked in the last battle. I forgot to mention that in the last video. That province I unlocked actually got me Yari cav. Not Yari cav, katana cav. So now I have a good melee cav, which is great, and I also have a hidden unit of Yari cav, which will play a very important role later on in this fight. So automatically off the bat I make a mistake. Now the mistake is it's letting my opponent get the shrine. I don't think you should just let the shrine go. And the way it pans out, I was originally going to go for this farmhouse too, but I realised if I get this farmhouse and make a defensive position here, I'll be really disadvantaged by this area he's got here. So my plan initially was, after that, is to reform over here and make do with the workshop, which a workshop's pretty useful in terms of defence. But he's also, I suppose I haven't outlined his army, so I should. So he's got this unit of Naginata attendants out here. He's also got 2 more in the back of his army there. He's got 2 Naginata samurai there. He's got 4 units of katana samurai, a heavy gunner unit, which was a concern for me. I know how deadly these guys are, especially when they're well upgraded. He's got a Yari Ashigaru in there as well, which is vetted, and of course he's got his general. So he's got a good 5 more infantry units than me, I think. So he's got a significant infantry advantage. He's also got a unit of Yari Cav and a unit of these very good warrior monk cav, which are indeed a really good unit. So I need to be careful. So what I'm trying to do is just draw him up here and take a defensive position along here. Now there's a reason for this. Is I realise that in a straight flat out duel, he also seemed a bow samurai. I think I missed that there. He does have a bow samurai unit as well. Here it is, in there somewhere. It did come up, but in a straight missile duel, his heavy gunners will rip me up. They're very powerful. I've been watching a few videos on them, and particularly if they've got lots of reload, they're really deadly. So what I'm doing is I'm using this little flat terrain feature here. As you can see, there's sort of almost like a lip to this hill here. So hopefully I can just plant myself up on top of it and use my advantage, the advantage of arrows. Ability to fire over the top as opposed to the straight shot of a gun unit, so he'll be hitting the hill ridge and not my forces. At the same time, I can use my bow cav to deny him his shrine. But that's what I originally wanted to do, but I wasn't really able to do it because I was worried his cav would catch me. I could have been really proactive and used my cav to deny his cav, but that would have left me with very little defence for my infantry, and I was a little reluctant to try that because I suspected I would need my cav to support against his sheer numbers of infantry. But he's got a lot of Naginata units, which means my cavalry I had to be very careful with because they'll make pretty much short work of it, of any of my cav. So it should be at this point that I reveal my bow cav. Now all I wanted to do here was just pick away at his flank and just have him like distracted with these constant niggling effect of my bow cav in the back. I think it's a pretty good idea I had, but I'm at a stage in Shogun when I'm not like I can get some good ideas, but I just can't implement them very well. If you know what I mean. So it was at this point that I want to just see if I can take control away from him, or harass him a bit. So he's brought some of his Naginata attendants back, and I was looking forward to opportunities to wipe these guys out. If I can get rid of these spear units and things in his army, it'll make my cavalry much more decisive, and he will have far less protection against other units. So here he moves his men back. This was not a bad idea because it was under considerable missile fire, so he did lose quite a lot of men. But I could have probably charged him there, as his infantry wouldn't have been up for it. But I make a blunder in that they keep walking. I wasn't keeping a close enough eye on them. This is a mistake because he's going to capitalise with his 2 cav units. And I don't spot it until too late. But while he's distracted with that, I take advantage of the fact that his general unit is parked on this hill and is exposed to my fire from my bow units down there. So anyway, he's going to come in, but my bows are going to make an account for themselves at least. They're going to slow him up. So this unit of warrior monk cav is 60, full strength, but it doesn't leave this fight with as greater numbers as he entered, as you will soon see. Now look at this. His gunners shoot, but I believe he just took down like 7 or 8 of his own men, and now I've got a full charge from 2 units of Yari Cav. So I do lose my archer, but it will come back, but it lost like 2/3 of its numbers. But he is going to lose half of his warrior monk Cav and half of his other cav unit. I think it was half of it. And as you can see, while this has been going on, I was just trying to be kind of like an assassin and shoot the crap out of his avatar. And as you can see, look, he's down to 16 from 30, so I am being successful there. And I was thinking, like, if I can kill his avatar, I can just flat out charge him and he'll rout real quick. But I make a blunder here. His Yari Cav pulls away and captures my bow cav. I wasn't paying close enough attention. I should have been personally microing that, and I wasn't, and that allowed them to be caught. So that was not a good move. But so I mean, he made similar mistakes though. He took his eyes off his general for ages. So his general unit has taken heavy losses. That's at least for sure. So he's going to charge again with his monk cav, but I'm going to counter charge him. But I'm not going to go right after him. I'm just going to be there enough to deter him, basically, because his army is a bit bigger than mine, so I have to play a wee bit more cautiously, because his army is, while it's bigger, my units are more upgraded, yes, but he's still got enough very good units that his numbers will make a significant edge for him. So I'm going to just harass his flank here with more missile fire, be a pain. But unfortunately for me, what's going to happen is he's going to start chasing me here, and he's going to be able to cut me off with there's a cav unit he has out here eventually. Yeah, there's units of monk cav are going to come back, and he's going to cut me off from 2 angles, and I make a real blunder as I run towards the border when I should have run towards this thing and regrouped at my own line and then carried on harassing perhaps over here or something. So I make a few blunders in this fight, then so does my opponent. So it's not as big a deal. But at the moment I'm not overly happy with the way I'm playing Shogun 2, but again I suppose it has been a few weeks since I've been at it, so I've got an excuse, or at least I hope I have an excuse. But as you can see, I mean, Yari Cav appear to be just as good at rushing down bow Cav as light Cav. They appear to be able to catch them from what I've seen, but this was a really stupid move, running towards the border. I might have had skirmish mode on though, so they might automatically be doing it. I can't quite remember, but I'm going to get caught here, and I'm going to get destroyed. So I lose a valuable unit there, and they could have been much more decisive and deadly, and I just poorly used them. Sometimes I get really lucky, well, not necessarily lucky, I just use them better than other times. It just depends on how well I'm microing. Sometimes I micro really well, other times I don't. I don't know why. I mean, even like one battle I'll be microing really well, and then the next battle I won't be, right after one another. It's strange. But anyway, he's putting his bow samurai, and he's looking for opportunities to get his heavy gunners in. But as you can see, this unit's been oh no, it hasn't actually. Sorry, my bad. Only 2 units. But he's using his Yari Ashigaru to shield them. Good move. So at this point, it was like, it looks pretty even, but I think it's a tiny bit in his favour. Like absolutely minuscule though. But I mean, half this is my veteran Yari Cav unit, which is the blue armour. Half that's been weakened. The thing is, a lot of my army is that I don't have a lot of veterans yet. And neither does he though, so it's all good. So we're pretty even. And I must admit, he's got his troops looking very cool. I must admit, I like the whole person customization of this game, but it also makes it kind of hard to keep track of enemy forces muddled with your own. So yeah, I mean, with Rome too, I hope they kind of like work at that. So here he gets a few very good shots off on my Nodachi there. Very good shots with them, but I'm going to bring my Cav down here, and I said that I'm going to get called out by Yari Ashigaru, but I see a big hole right over here, gap for where his bow samurai are, so I'm going to come in here. But these units of Naginata Retinas are very quick on foot, and they're going to get there before I can really, you know, I possibly could have killed a few more of them, but they were right there, so I doubt I would have been able to pull out in time. So I really only killed like one man in there, and he's going to be able to counter hit them with my with his own archers. So until I get him out of range, and he's bringing in his monk Cav to come and catch him, and his Yari Cav rather, not Key. I'm thinking of Fall of the Samurai. Talking about Fall of the Samurai, I tried my first Fall of the Samurai game today, but I was getting kind of frustrated because I kept getting saddled against like 10-star players. I mean, okay, I get that you have to work your way up when fighting real elite players, but it's kind of annoying. Like my first game on Fall of the Samurai was against someone who was like way more experienced than me. It was really annoying. But anyway, enough of that. So as you can see, he hasn't got a clean line of fire, so this is what this was good for. As you can see, look at that, no clean line of fire for him, so very useful. So I am targeting them, and they are now down by 6 men. And I must have pulled my Cav back a bit. Yeah, I probably put my Cav back too far actually, in all honesty. But I'm going to have a go at them. Again, he's going to pull back. This is fine though, his back's turned, so it'll probably make them even easier to kill. So now here come his Yari Ashigaru, but again I'm just going to pull out, but he is doing the same tactic as I was, so he's kind of countering with his own archer units. But while he does this, his back does get turned and units do get thinned. But I want to get rid of these heavy gunners because, I mean, they could cause real big morale problems for my army, so I don't want that. As you see, numbers are in his favour, but this unit here over here remains hidden, and he obviously by this point he's absolutely certain that this is my absolute force, because he thought he probably would have used it by now, no doubt. But he's smart because he's protecting his archers with Naginata units, so I can't really use my Cav very efficiently. I mean, both samurai are having fun though. I mean, it looks really cool watching these guys do their thing. So I mean, it's like what I mentioned with in my Medieval 2 videos. I mean, archers have some certain advantages over guns, and guns have certain advantages over archers. So you know, it just depends. So I mean, my Nodachi, he will start attacking them soon, and some of my Katana samurai. But my guys are slightly vetted now. But when I say slightly, they're only a couple of bits like ranks better than standard men. So they're not like the real hardcore vets that the much more elite players have, but they are better than the standard. But he's got the extra numbers, and he's still got Katana Samurai of his own included in that. So I mean, he could effectively just beat me. His men would be strong enough to hold mine down while the rest of his men just surrounded me. So I mean, it would be could be very close. So here he's going to make a charge with his warrior monk Cav. So he's definitely got the better Cav. So this unit here, my weakened unit is Dance Ammunition, which is not so bad. I'm glad it's that unit, not the big unit, the undamaged unit. So I mean, I'll be looking to opportunities to strike the side of his army to just basically dismantle him a bit when charge him, but that won't work because he's got Naginatas on his flank. So this is a good move as well. So I mean, his core of his army is well protected. It's pretty much unflankable for me, unless I go way around, and he'll have all the time in the world to react to it. So he's actually in quite a strong position, but he can't implement his heavy gunners at the moment, which is good for me. So we're just going to keep sort of bandying back and forth, and I'm going to keep targeting his Naginata units and shield units for his missile units, because then I can dominate them. if I do enough damage to them, they won't be of much effect, because as I said, downhill charge from my Nodachi will cause massive damage, and with a re-support from Katana Samurai, it'll be enough. And mine are better in terms of upgrades than his, but he does have the numbers, like I said, so it's still very even. So as you can see, my Nodachi starts to take a few hits, and this is not a bad idea on his part either, because if he thins them out enough, I won't have enough infantry to win the fight. So I've got to be careful of that. And this is weird. This is weird. I just noticed this now. It appears my general, like, he looks different than he's supposed to. He looks like like he does in my Fall of the Samurai thing. This is not how my general looks. He's got like the jacket and the traditional look, so that's weird. That is not how he looks, so I don't know what's going on there. It seems to be some sort of mistake. He does not look like that, and not on the traditional Shogun. He actually looks like he's got like the surcoat and stuff, so I don't know what the hell that is. So I'm targeting his archers, and I'm having some success. He's also targeting my infantry like I just showed you. But I mean, I want to thin him out and then downhill charge. I don't actually want to stay on this hill. I don't like doing that in fights. I fought a couple of battles earlier today against this guy. I think it was that gorge map. I can't remember. It's got like the river running through the middle of it, and he just camped on the hill with like 20 archers. And I mean, as I approached, there was no, even with my cav, I just couldn't approach. They got blown to bits. It was a really frustrating thing. So he's bringing his Ashigaru units up, and I moved some of my men to loose formation. But I'm just going to charge downhill now and catch out his Naginata Samurai, because his other units are now only just coming up into support. So this Nodachi, even though it's lost a lot of men and lost a lot, it's going to come in. It lost a lot of men there. And if he keeps shooting, he'll shoot his own men. So my Nodachi are getting quite banged up because they were so weakened, but they did inflict some heavy damage, and now I'm bringing in the rest of my units. So here come my Katana Samurai to take up the slack. The fight's even with these guys in here, but once these guys get into the action, it's going to become completely my fight, and it causes me to rout. So here he's going to try and outflank me, but I had my other unit of my veteran Katanas to intercept. And at this point I'm going around the flank with these units of Katana Cav and my elite unit, and I'm waiting just for the right moment to see if I can get pin enough of his forces and then completely hit the flank with this unit of Yari Cav. So it's coming out of its hiding place at last. My general's using his rally ability and other bits and pieces like that. My archers will still continue to fire away, and now he's completely exposed, and his men will be mass routed by my cav. So over here my men are holding in, although not great, but their backs, the backs to the enemy are turned, and he does turn just in time, so I will take some casualties there, but the sheer weight of the charge is going to be enough to cause a mass rout. And over here I break him so I can come round for an encirclement, but his guns are inflicting very heavy casualties on me, but he's also hit a lot of his own men. So here's his general when I'm trying to kill him. So I think I did rout him, which is good, and over here the rest of his infantry are now routing as well. So this was a very close game, and I have to give my opponent his dues. He was very good. He timed his battle well, and it was very close. It could have gone either way. But I mean, my cav had just been able to dominate the field. So I had to be cautious. So I'm just surrounding him now, finishing him off from more angles. But I had to be really cautious about how I was going to use my my cav, because he had all those Naginata units. But he ended up getting them pinned on my infantry, which was able to hold long enough for my cav to get into the flank, like an old traditional sort of hammer and anvils type situation. So my Nodachi carry on, and they'll come in and they'll finish the fight and rout the remainder of his men. So a costly victory, but I really did enjoy this battle. Just one of those really good battles, we are challenged, but it's not so frustrating that you just can't win. It's just a good battle. I mean, again, I am not very good at Shogun 2. I'm working on it, guys. Don't know what that was with my general there either. I mean, he does not look like that. My avatar does not look like that. Not in this traditional Shogun. And it was actually funny because in the Fall of Samurai, my general looked different too. So I don't know, there's a bit of a problem there. I'll have to check that out. But a really good game there too. BeHamut, I think his name. Oh, well, I'll soon find out. Anyway, the one thing I don't really like about Shogun is it takes a long time to load. So his name was BeHamut-San or something like that. So good game to him. I had 990 men, so he did have, and he had 1395, so he did have 400 more men than I did. So I had to be careful there. His infantry advantage was significant. I lost 649 men, but I killed 1,088. He lost 1,127, so I think he did kill quite a few men with his own guns there actually, and 611 of my men were killed. So if we look at the statistics, my general got into the action with 49. I always like to try to get him into the action, My katana cab 88, my bow cab 45, 26. I could have been more better with them, but they can always be really useful, so I need to work with them. 80 unit. I mean, I need to get that the Cantabrian Circle, or was it like Swooping Crane on this game or something? I can't remember. I need to try and I'll unlock that because it'll make them really useful. But I think I need to be more in support with them with light cab and things, or some cab units, because they always seem to get caught, which is really annoying. My Yari cab 80. My Katana Samurai 137. That's my red Katana guard. My other Yari cab rather 69, my Nodachi 143 and 112, 105 my other Katana Samurai, my Bow Sam 162, and my other Bow Samurai 72. So I mean everything actually performed reasonably well, except perhaps that unit of Bow Cav. The other one got 45, and it was like trying to assassinate his general. But if we look at his forces, his heavy gunners 144, but the Naginata Warrior Monk Cav 2, they were pretty nice. They did 59, and one of his Yari Cav, 121 rather, and 76 for a Naginata Samurai. But most of his infantry didn't succeed, and mine were just a lot better. But he did choose his battles very well, in my opinion. He was a challenging opponent, at least for me at my stage of the battle of Shogun 2 rather. But I mean, thanks for playing, BeHamut. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and you were a good opponent. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, obviously a lot of you are probably way better than me, but I'm just trying to bring what I can to the Shogun 2 table, get some more variation on my channel, different videos, that sort of thing, and hopefully improve my skills at the same time, and maybe one day I'll be able to give tips. I mean, I just sort of go with what seems like a good idea, but it doesn't always work. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, appreciate it, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon next time.